We've always got new stuff at the shop. One thing is our cool neon sign up there. Found that on Facebook Marketplace. But an even cooler thing on the wall is this map. I have been wanting to do this for such a long time. It took me forever to figure out how to even make the map, but now it's been made. I have this in a digital format, so I can easily reprint it if I ever need to. But this is the entire map of Nevada County, and it is large enough that you can actually get in close and see individual roads and even trails. So when people come into the store, we can show them places where they can go ride in the local area. And I want to use, of course, other trail apps and other maps that people have locally to start marking more and more trails that are in our area. Also, the types of trails, like good mountain bike trails, just general e-bike trails, class 1 trails, OHV trails where you can ride Surons, just everything we possibly can. To help build that out, we're going to be doing more group rides. This is something I wanted to do for a long time. We did our first one last week, just a nice little easy cruise around town. We're going to do a couple more next week, so reach out to us if you're local and want to join us. Those are happening on the evenings. I'm going to do another ride on the Vanpowers here. You may have seen I did a full review on this bike before. This is probably one of my favorite class 1 e-bikes, so perfectly safe to go out and find some new trails. And tentatively, this coming up week, we're going to do 2 rides. One is more of a road-based ride, which means we can cover more ground and distance. We'll go from this pin here, our shop in Grass Valley, all the way up to Scotts Flat Reservoir. You can get there on some nice back roads with very little traffic. There are trails up in that area as well if you want to do mountain biking up there, but we'll reserve that for another time. But later in the week, we're going to do a mountain bike ride as well, where we hit up kind of this airport loop. Our shop used to be up here, so I'm kind of familiar with some of these trails around here. We're gonna have fun on those. So 2 totally different rides. Some people might love to do both. Some people might love mountain biking. Some people prefer to just do nice, easy cruising. So doesn't matter what it is, all of it's possible on an e-bike. And then I also have something in my backpack here. This is a surprise for later. This helmet might be overkill, but it matches.
I mean, if you were doing gravel riding, like actual gravel racing,
which I might do a little dirt or gravel or something.
Not a bad option. I mean,
I'm gonna go kind of scout out a little bit of the route for the upcoming rides this next week. I'm thinking we go straight from this signal right here. Maybe not, actually. Let's go a different route. Oh no! I just realized that this screen is one that you cannot see if you have polarized sunglasses. Like, it's completely invisible. I need to fix my camera. It's coming. Just didn't want to over tighten it because these are carbon bars. The frame is aluminum on this bike, but it does use some carbon parts to maintain its lightweight. Oh, that's interesting. So I can see the screen in the shade, but as soon as the sun hits it, it disappears. So it's not totally invisible with these glasses on. It's too bad, because that's one of the things I like about this display is it looks so nice. There's really multiple ways I could have gone, but I think we're gonna head over to what's called Bennett Street. Although, if I do Bennett Street, then we miss the good trails. See, this is why it's good to explore a little bit and figure out what is the best route, because then I realize, as I'm doing it, that there could be a better way. Basically, our first group ride was fun, but it was kind of like this. We had a rough idea of where we were going, and then we just kind of started going. And there was a little confusion on which way to go at times. So, I'm not saying we got to stick to a specific route, but but I want good routes that are fun to ride. I talked about the power levels of this bike before. Not doing any major climbing, but I'm still leaving it in boost mode right now because I don't have a throttle, and with my health problems, which I'm really crossing my fingers that maybe I have a lead on what's going on, I think I need to really limit my maximum physical exertion. So movement is not bad. In fact, it's good to a point. If I overdo it, and I've known this for a few years now, then I have these major crashes where I can't function for days or even weeks. Now I've learned how to kind of moderate those crashes so they're not so bad and they don't happen as frequently, and my recovery time has gotten quicker, but I never knew why. But I have a theory now, at least, as to why. And if my theory is correct, then I have to be very careful to stay below the anaerobic threshold. So any chance I get, I'm gonna coast. Zero electric motorcycle. And then I'm gonna pedal kind of lightly. Now this is a torque sensor, so I kind of am limited in that I have to pedal a bit. I gotta put in a little bit of effort, but I'm at least trying to keep it easy. So my preference is still a bike with a throttle, but I can totally understand why this bike doesn't have one. I think it fits its design purpose really well to just be pedal assist, very clean bar setup, very minimalist, keep the weight down to the 40 pounds that it is, and I really do like it. The perfect bike for me needs a little more power and a throttle, at least right now. Hopefully in the future, won't be a necessity for me. But this still has enough power that I can ride it. And we've sold quite a few of the Vanpowers bikes since I first reviewed this one. We've been carrying them and stocking them, and they really have a nice variety. I want to try more of the, what's it called? I'm drawing a blank on the name. I'll show the bike on screen because they have a step-through model that has both a hub motor and a mid-drive option, and the mid-drive is the really nice Bafang M600. So that bike looks great. So I love it when companies have like options like that. Just goes to show that one motor is not necessarily best. Depends on the application. The hub motor is cheaper. The mid-drive, you can get more torque, climb hills better, but you're gonna spend a little more money. So depending on the application, you get which bike fits you. In fact, I'd love to see this specific bike with the M600. That would be pretty sweet. So now that I'm thinking more about this mountain bike ride that's coming up, every turn I've taken is wrong. What we could have done is cut through some back roads in downtown Grass Valley, hit the trails over by Sierra College and the high school, taking those partway through town. Then we only have a few short sections on the road. Should have thought of that before. Maybe what I'll do is I'll hit those on the way back. There's like a cool bike path being built over there. I have to explore that a little bit. There's a whole new neighborhood going in up here. That's cool to see that there's some bike infrastructure going in along with it. These hills are hard because I can do them to a certain point, but I have to slow down. I don't like going slow, and take it easy. Look at these nice new roads. They're so smooth. I can see another chunk of a bike path over there. Well, maybe coming this way wasn't such a bad idea because I didn't even know this was here yet. This seemed like a perfect spot to show you what's in the bag. In case you're wondering why I laid this bike down, it doesn't have a kickstand. It's a light bike. It's not supposed to have a kickstand. Ah, throwing my glasses on the ground. This will be a perfect spot to show you this. I don't know if that camera angle is going to work at all, but we'll worry about that in a minute. All right, what I've got here is the Hover Air X1 Pro. Hover Air sent this to me to try it out.
Cycling mode.
Cycling mode. Has a dedicated cycling mode. Follow features. This thing actually looks pretty dang impressive. I was really impressed with the build quality, like the packaging. Everything seemed really like premium, honestly. Looking forward to really seeing the footage turn out. I have never filmed with this. I've never shot any footage with it. This is absolutely my first time using it. Now, in previous videos, I've used a Skydio drone, which has arguably the best tracking, but you can't buy them anymore. That model just doesn't exist. So they have just gone on to more government hire, more expensive applications, unfortunately. The beacon has like its own little touch screen on it. You can see a preview of what the drone sees. It's pretty sweet looking. All the buttons are really nice. This thing has like a full joystick control setup. You can put your phone into, press and hold power button until status indicator. It is solid green. Okay, well, it's happy with that now. So I can see on the screen here what the drone's seeing. It's in cycling mode, so I should be able to just clip this on somewhere, and let's just clip that right here, and it just follows me from this point. Let's try it out. So there we go. Now we can film some nice, cool third-person footage while we ride, and I don't have to have somebody else following me with a drone. The drone can just do it. Isn't technology really cool? Oh, there totally is a tunnel over here. I wonder if this goes anywhere yet. And can my drone make it through this? Oh, it goes through, cool. Looking good so far. Well, that was cool. That was awesome, actually. Okay, so let's turn. So for mountain biking, this is one of the trails I want to come to. I had no idea that there was a paved path that would take you here from part of town. So this trail can take you all the way up to the airport or to the kind of the back side of it. There's mountain bike trails all over. From here, you can go for quite a few miles without ever needing to cross any traffic. So this may not be the perfect bike for this kind of scenario, but it can do it. And you get some cool things like a nice low biplane flyover. I suppose this will be a great test to see how well our little drone can do at avoiding obstacles. Like I said, the Skydio has been the best. Can the Hover Air outdo it? We'll find out. We're just in boost mode, and I am, instead of pedaling harder, just trying to pace myself, and I'm just gonna slow down. I'm just gonna soak in the scenery. I have the comforting whine of the drone behind me. I say comforting because that means I haven't lost it. Honestly, that's pretty impressive so far. This is pretty tight right here. There's not a lot of room for error. It definitely follows closer than the Skydio does. Not that it can't follow this closely, but it's a lot bigger, it's noisier, and its propellers are exposed, so you don't really want it following you that closely. This one, the propellers are all enclosed and caged in, and it's under the 250 gram limit, so like if it whacks into the back of my head, it's not gonna hurt anything. It's just gonna bounce off. I think I might have to is working well enough to take this on our group ride and get some footage of it. This bike handles so well. It's like riding a bike. I wish I had the strength to really do it justice in that department and just ride it without even the motor being on, because you totally can. So I forgot to bring a mount for it, but it also has a standard threaded camera mount. So ideally, next time I ride, I'm gonna put that on the handlebars, and that way I can see what my drone sees. I can see its battery life and everything right in front of me. I suppose the real question is if it can keep up on the downhill. The bike feels the same as I remember, as maneuverable and light and as fun. This is the part that's more fun. The uphill was kind of a grind, but now that we're cruising down, oh, this is amazing. But the fact that the drone can just fly through these trees like this. All right, a little faster. I think it's still keeping up. I suppose I should have made this a competition, bike versus drone. The bike wins if it gets away, the drone wins if it keeps up.
Please control speed to avoid losing track.
Oh, well, I suppose we're tied because that was a warning. I thought it was a low battery warning, but it was actually warning me not to go too fast. All right, let's speed up then. See if we can get away. Come on. Oh, I think it's too open here. I don't think we're gonna get away from it. And the bike doesn't handle as well when you start going that fast on gravel.
Low battery.
Oh, now I got the low
Return
battery
home
warning.
immediately. Low battery. Please return home immediately.
All right.
Low battery.
So here's
Please
what's cool
return
about this
home
drone.
immediately.
Once it stops,
Low
watch
battery.
this.
Please return home immediately.
Just put your hand under it, lands automatically. Isn't that cool? I was not expecting this to do as good or better than my Skydio, and I think it did better, to my surprise. I think I could actually fit this in my pocket. Like, that's crazy. Like, I am wearing cargo pants, but yeah, even in my, look at that, it fits in my front pocket. Slightly disappointed in myself that I didn't open this sooner. Let's turn the beacon back on and reconnect. And I did say that I've got like the full joystick for this thing. You can actually just control it from these tiny little buttons right here though. So you could literally fly it around from this. Let's do hover, zoom out, follow, orbit. So if we just do orbit, 15 millimeter flat, it looks like. So we're gonna press the button, and this is just gonna orbit around me.
1.5 meters. Orbit.
Oh, 1.5, I thought it said 15. Now it's just gonna orbit around me in the bike and get a cool camera shot. Cool. And then
Bird eye.
I don't actually know what bird eye does.
5 meters.
Let's find out. Now you see the slim profile of the Vanpower bike. So this is a trail I was thinking we were gonna go on. So I'm gonna skip the paved part as much as that would be a little smoother. I'm gonna climb up through these rocks. All right, made it. I'm gonna hit the trail up here. Because if I wanna do, basically I'm gonna try and stay off-road as much as possible, all the way back to the shop. And when we do a real ride, we'll do the opposite of this, and we'll go further up. But I'm gonna bring a more powerful bike for that ride with some suspension. Well, it seems like the drone is doing just fine in normal follow mode. Like I said, I'm not sure entirely what the difference is between follow and cycling. We got some low branches here, going right under those with ease. That's ones where sometimes the Skydio would struggle because it would stop and like try to go around them. But it seems like this is just going right under like it's nothing. A little steep, steep. Okay. So unfortunately, this is a small section where we just gotta go on the road. On the shoulder anyway. We'll take the drone, we'll shut it down, we'll just put it in my pocket, go skip over to the other trail. Despite the fact that it hasn't been totally foolproof, I'm still happy because the tracking has been so good. I thought the hand thing was a little gimmicky at first, but it's actually kind of cool. So this is the Vanpowers Urban Cross. There is a drop bar version of this bike for a little bit more money that's really cool as well. There's this textural hydraulic calipers. See, just a little tiny geared hub motor. It's real quiet. It works great paired with a lightweight bike. For me personally, I'd like to have a little more torque, but that's because of a personal problem. I think it's no fault of the bike. The bike is amazing. I love the unique round screen up on the stem here. I know it's something a little bit different, but it's really cool. If you want, a bike around the $2,000 price point that's 40 pounds, this is a great one. You should really take a look at it if you're into the really narrow tire cyclocross road bike style bikes. This would be one you should consider. Their bikes are really clean, the frame's really nice, they're all very unique to their brand. I really don't have any complaints about it. It's just a great riding bike, and we sell these, of course, at Area 13. If you want to check this one out, come by the store and take it for a spin. I think realistically that wraps it up for this video. If you want to join us on one of these group rides that I'm kind of prepping for, get on our email list, give us a call. We'll make sure you know when they're happening.